Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here to Current Situation Media. Today is Tuesday, April 1st, 2025. Today is a new month. So go ahead and share this live here. We have four special guests. We'll be discussing the road and path to financial success and becoming a financial independent agent. There's a lot of information to learn today. We're going to be on for almost 2 hours. Let's say 2 hours. And don't sleep on this discussion. Take note. All right. If you're going to be watching, take notes. Ask all your relevant questions here. These guys, earning money. These guys are becoming, financially independent. And I must say, I will be taking notes. I will be asking all the necessary questions here. So we're going to be speaking with Pastor A.B. Tarpeh, Abraham Tarpeh, and we're also going to be speaking with Mr. Alfred, Layee. We will also be speaking to or with Mr. Winston Gweah and also Dr. Marie Wilson. So these guys are all financial independent agent, and they are making money. They're enjoying a success. So stay tuned tonight. It's going to be great. Ask all your relevant questions, and ask all your relevant questions here. So today is April 1st, and we in a new month, and happy new month to you all. So let's go ahead and take some time here and share this segment here. So we're going to share this live. So we are also live streaming from the Vinton AJ Hooks page, the Current Situation Media page, and the YouTube page. So feel free to share this. Like I said, tonight going to be very informative, educational. Take note, take action. Please take notes and take actions. When you're taking notes, take action. Get it done. Don't procrastinate. People are doing it and they are seeing financial success. And me too. My wife did it, and I am going to sign up too. Yeah, because we want to be financially independent. We want to be financially independent. It's a booming business. I tell you this, you're going to hear from these guys yourself. All right, you're going to hear from Mr. Alfred Layee. You're going to hear from Mr. A.B. Tarpeh, Pastor A.B. Tarpeh. You're going to hear from Dr. Marie Wilson, and also you're going to hear from Mr. Winston Gweah. So we're gonna bring Alfred on the screen here as we with the others. He's gonna introduce himself. As you all know, he's a familiar face. He's a permanent resident of Des Moines, Iowa. Welcome to the show here.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. Good evening to everyone. As Mr. Host stated, my name is Alfred. I've been in this community for over 15 years now, surprisingly. 15 years. I moved in Iowa.
What about me who been over 22 years?
I'm telling you, time flies. I had to pause for a little bit to kind of think about the length of time I've been in Des Moines. But I've been in Des Moines since I think August of 2010, and I've connected with a lot of people in the community. I've gone from face to face with community engagements and all of that. And so I'm glad to be here tonight. We'll be glad to have a very fruitful topic. And then all questions that need to be asked can be asked. We'll answer to the best of our knowledge. And what we are not able to answer, we will circle back.
Yes. So I just got a message from Pastor A.B. Tarpeh. You having a hard time coming on, but I just told him to copy and paste in Safari if you have an iPhone. But if you have an Android, copy and paste in Google. So what did you do to come on?
Well, I mean, I just did. I sent it to my WhatsApp, and then I clicked on it and got on my laptop. So
okay,
there was no difficulty there for me.
All right, yeah, it's pretty easy to come on here. We live streaming here using the StreamYard app. So ladies and gentlemen, tonight discussion, like I said, is going to be very fruitful. It's going to be informative, educational. Take action now. Don't procrastinate. That's what we're doing. My wife just took action, and she's loving it. You can make this your full time, your part time. These guys are financial independent agent. I am right behind them too here, just trying to get some things in order here. And so these are discussion where we want to have a lot of people watching. This is because it's very beneficial. This is not a gossip. This is not a side breaking news. This is a fruitful, happy news. So we want you guys to share this. This is what we're gonna do. Me and Alfred are gonna take at least maybe 5 more minutes to chit chat and share this as he with one or two of his colleagues to come on here. But Liberian community, African community, American community, whichever community going to be watching, take advantage of this. I will not be able to explain this, but these guys came on the show today to educate you guys, inform you guys about this financial success. All right, this business opportunity that others, the wise are taking advantage of that. So, folks, that's what we're doing right now. We're sharing this. Like I said, happy new month. Today is April 1st. Did anybody fool you today, Alfred?
No, I think the reason is because I'm too far away from loved ones. So, and then I also yesterday there was a post on Facebook made me to be vigilant to anybody calling me and trying to give me that April Fool. So I was well prepared for this.
Okay. All right. So what is your current location, if you don't mind sharing it with us?
I'm in a little town in Oklahoma called Guyman. Yeah, but right. I'm supposed to be coming home.
Stay safe out there.
I'm supposed to be coming home tomorrow, which I'm excited about.
For them to cut around
Pastor Evi, can you hear us?
Yes, I'm hearing you guys.
All right. Do you want us to put you behind the stage a little bit? Or are you ready to fire it up?
Well, we can wait a little bit, and then I don't know.
Okay.
All depends on you guys' schedule.
Okay. Yes. Me and Alfred, we just been chatting here, informing the public here to continue to share this. So what we're gonna do here, as we await Winston and Dr. Wilson, we're gonna take 5 minutes to share this here. This is a unique opportunity. These guys are gonna discuss tonight, folks. Share this, tell your friend, tune in right now on Current Situation. We are live streaming from 3 different platforms. We are live streaming on YouTube, Current Situation Media. We are live streaming on Facebook, on the Current Situation official page, and on my page, Vinton Hook's page. So, folks, this is a financial opportunity. This is something you want to learn, you want to hear about. These guys are loving it, and people are taking advantage on this. People are taking advantage of this. Trust me. You ask all your questions tonight. Pastor AB is here. Alfred is here. Dr. Wilson will be here. Mr. Gweah will be here. They will answer you. Trust me. The wise folks are taking advantage. So everything you want to know about becoming, financially independent or to be a financial independent agent, these guys will answer your question. They're going to dive deep into what is going on, how they, started, and their financial success. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you. Once again, thank you.
Thank you, agent. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So, you're welcome. So, when you are not speaking, or you feel like you're going to be in a noisy background a little bit, just put your, you can control that and put it on mute. Usually when it's on mute, when one person is speaking, then we will not hear a lot of echo. But if you guys have any materials you want to share with me, put it into my messenger. I will put it on the screen here. We are using live stream app. It's very unique. It's professional. It got a lot of features, so we can put anything. You got a video you want to share with me or picture, let me know. I can put on the screen for the audience to see it. And the audience will always be also be interacting with us here. If the audience write anything, I can put on the screen that you guys can see it as well here. So, like I said, we live streaming here from different platforms. So the numbers are going to fluctuate. Some people are watching us on YouTube. Some are watching us on Current Situation Media page, and also some are watching us here on the Vinton Hooks page. So, ladies and gentlemen, time is far spent. We're going to be here 2 hours with these guys here, and because they are full, so we still have two other individuals will be joining us here. All right, guys. So for the benefits of those who don't know you, I know both of your faces are familiar. Permanent individual within the Liberian community, not only in Iowa but in the diaspora. So let's start with Pastor Abraham Tarpeh. Go ahead, introduce yourself, your profession, and your community status, and why you decide to be a full-time financial independent agent.
Thank you, Mr. Host. Thank you to the Current Situation team for allowing us to use your platform to share such a great, wonderful information that we embrace to help free ourselves and our family from financial poverty. I'm a Pastor Abraham Tarpeh, or licensed financial professionals within the 50th state of the Marigot, and also practices in Canada. I am a pastor of the Period of Praise Ministries, also a CEO and a founder of Grace Generations, West Africa, and also the America. I came to this because I need financial freedom and also help to liberate my people out of financial struggles. So thank you very much for that.
Wow. I like that. He said he joined this to be financially independent and he want financial freedom. I want financial freedom too. I'm working, different jobs. I call it different household. When I'm not cooking food in the kitchen, I'm promoting. If I'm not promoting, I'm doing graphic. When I'm not doing graphic, I'm live streaming. So, the reason I'm doing this because I want to be financially independent. I want to be efficient. I want to have access to, a lot of money when I want to do some stuff. I got a huge family. So that hear from Mr. Layee, Alfred Layee.
Sorry about that. Thank you, Mr. Host. I think my colleague said it all. But my name is Alfred Layee. Been in the community for 15 years. Participated in a lot of community engagements, activities. I've always lived within the community. So my road to this financial journey, it started when someone came to have a little session, a little family get together, and they presented this to me. At first, I didn't make sense of it, but as time went back, as I did my research, and then start to follow the Zoom meetings that they organize like almost every day of the week, I took a lot of things from that I did not know, and I kept an open mind to be able to understand what could profit me or what could benefit me and my family. And I saw like a lot of things that I didn't know before. Even with the education that I have, I didn't know a lot of things that I saw that could benefit the community. And so I became a licensed financial professional. I did my study. I took the exam for Iowa. I passed my exam, and now I have about 5 different states licenses. So the goal is to have license in all 50 states of the United States, and also to have it in Canada. So that's my pursuit right now for that.
Wow, guys! I can't wait to dive into this conversation here. Well, and you guys are loving this. Well, so let's start with Pastor Abraham Tarpeh. You are doing this for full time. Am I correct? You are not audible, Pastor.
Yes, sir. I was on a mute. Sorry.
Okay, so you are doing this for full time. So the folks watching now, someone want to ask, and I want to ask, walk us through how does it feel to be a financial independent agent? How can we start? How can we dive in? What's the benefit? Because people want to know, what's the benefit? If how can I be your agent, or do you have policy that will benefit a family or individual? I have 2 hours for you guys today. Walk us through step by step. And after anytime, if you want to add in, you can add in as well.
All right, we will go into something. I think I sent you some copies of screenshot pictures that maybe after we can upload them to talk about that. But first, there are something that we got to understand. Our jobs are different from our work. These are two things. Your job is not your work. Right now, I am a retired employee. I have retired from my work, my job rather, and I'm now working in my work because my work is my fulfillment that I was made to do. But my job is something that they hire me to do. So from my job, I can get fired. From my job, I can get laid off. From my job, I can retire. But my work that I was made to do, I cannot get fired because it is in me. So I have now retired from my job and now living into my work to fulfill my visions. So it's a privilege waking up in the morning that I can take my kids to school, come back home, take a shower, get into my office and do my work. So that is a blessing. That is a privilege. I don't own the clock in, clock out hours. I work for commissions now. So that's one of the big blessings of that. I was able to, as Brother Alfred said, I was able to go through the procedures from the state of Iowa, get up my license, and also go through the procedure of the 50th state of America and also Canada, get out of my license from those various states and start working into my work. And I'm retired from my job.
Wow, man, that is powerful. Man, I can't wait to do follow-up question. This is powerful. Alfred, share your experience, how you entered this. Sonny Bo, sorry for calling you Sonny Bo, but Pastor Abraham, yeah. Pastor A.B. Tarpeh, yeah, look at his story, how he entered into this. This man said he had retired from his job, right? Where he worked for an employer. Now he works for himself. He have that financial, freedom. He have that freedom of, waking up anytime or staying up anytime, taking his kids to school. He don't have to be on the next, he's on his own clock. Everybody want to be on their own clock. You know what I mean? Even though I'm on my own clock, but guess what? It's crazy. Sometimes I even forget my schedule, So Alfred, walk us through how are you on your own clock, or are you trying to be on your own clock? And what is the benefit, the joy of entering into this industry?
Thank you. So my path will always, on my vision to myself, is always being an entrepreneur. I always wanted to be my own boss, but being an entrepreneur comes with a huge price to pay. It requires a lot of sacrifices. And sometimes the sacrifices, you can't just take them in chunk. You have to take them and break them down. Plan, because mind you, I'm a family person, and so I can't just make abrupt decision without evaluating the setbacks of these decisions. And so I'm a part-time licensed financial professional and still working on my job. My short-term goal is in the next 2 or 3 months to transition full-time and fire my own boss to be my own boss. And so there's planning. You got to plan. Make sure you even your wife, like my wife, she's the backbone. So right now she does most of the marketing and recruiting, and then send them to me, and I do the presentation and whatnot. So we work together as a team, and over time, I'll be transitioning full time. That's the goal. The goal is to be independent, because being an employee, if you have that employee mindset, my brother, you're going to work till you retire, and sometimes beyond retirement, you're not going to be able to achieve anything much. So we have to think beyond just being an employee of someone else and think outside the box and see how we can be our own bosses. So that's the goal here. And with the financial world, that is easily done. It all just depends on how dedicated you are, how you can do research and master your craft. And once you master your craft, trust me, the benefits are enormous.
Wow. Powerful statements from these two guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we understand that we are live streaming from 3 platforms, but you guys haven't heard nothing yet. We will also have some screenshots that we'll be putting on the screen here, but we just wanted to start from the intro. We also have 2 other financial independent agents will be joining us here. And folks, like I said, usually doing these interviews, Vincent hosts, I don't like to ask all these questions because most of these answer. Maybe I have talked to, Pastor A.B. Tarpeh behind closed door. I've talked to Alfred behind closed door. They have informed me, lectured me about this. So this is the benefit of you guys. Even though I'm learning new things, but feel free to write comment. We'll read your comment, and these individuals will answer your questions. And from there, after the show, call them, take action. Don't procrastinate. Procrastinate. If you keep procrastinating, you also always be getting things that will block you from accomplishing something that is real, authentic. This is reality here. Listen to Pastor AB as he tell us about what is this financial, business, that is making airwaves right now. Walk us through here, and what is the name of the company? Who, how can we start? If I want to be, like you guys, financial independent agent, or if I want to sign up for the policy, walk us through, fill all in here, because people are watching from 3 different channels.
Thank you once again. Thank you. We are not
so
ready.
While you're talking here, I'm going to also try to be uploading some of those documents. All right.
Yeah, sure. We are not actually working for our company specific. We are independent agents, but we also partner with 120 companies. And some companies also, you might have some experience with them, like Transamerica, Nationwide, Global Life, State Farm. We also Pacific Life, or Johnson & Johnson. There are a lot of companies that we partner with, 120. So we are not just agents for an independent or agents for a personal company. We are independent contractor for over 120 companies.
All right. Independent contractor for over 120 companies. And the man hit the nail on the head. He already said that he's work for himself. So independent contractor, for these financial giants and stuff. So what are some of the benefits if a person decides to, what, I don't want to be an agent yet, maybe I'm shy talking, I want to learn more, but also I want to sign up for some of your benefits. What are some of the benefits, and how can this benefit be, a life changing of that individual life or family life?
All right, thank you once again, Mr. Host. Some benefits that we have in the IUL, the Index Universal Life Insurance, because let's say typical example.
So let me put that screen on there, okay? So that way they can be watching, looking at what you're talking about. All right. Sure. So yeah, go ahead, set this thing here. I'm trying to put it on the screen. You see the IUL.
There are 4 kinds of policies. We call that policy. We don't call that insurance, because the policy also contains 62 different benefits. And one of the benefits too is also life insurance. But it's a policies that contain 62 different benefits in one policies. But there are 4 different kinds. We have the group life. And the group life is something that we get from our working place, from our jobs. But the group life does not have benefit equals to the IUL, because the group life is something that when you quit the job, you lose it. Something many people are trying to put policy with them, then they say, oh yeah, I got policy from my job. Or if I explain to them what the policy of the job have, they gave up and they said, well, I have not heard this before. And it is true. So typical example for the group life policies is something that your job gave you. Part-time workers are qualified for it. Full-time workers are qualified for it. But in that group life policy, you don't have any benefit. You don't have riders. That is why sometimes you should understand when you're at the workplace, time to take your break, the company will tell you clock out. Because guess what? When you clock out, anything happens to you, the company is not responsible for it. Sometimes when you're sick at work, the company say go home. They are not sending you home because they love you. No, they're sending you home because you are sick. So when anything happens at that period of your sickness, of your illness, the company have no responsibility for you. So they're going to send you home. So these are not benefits that we can depend on. And also have the team life policy. The team life is temporary. Some company offer team life at bank, or like, on televisions, radio stations, auto. they advertise those kind of policies, and those policies are limited. Typical example, the team life policy, it run for 20 years, it run for 10 years, it run for 15 years to 30 years. But guess what? The team life policy, if you stop making payment on that team life policy, the policy crash. It's not something that you can depend on. The rates are higher. It's not something that you can depend on. But the main policies that we run, which is the IUL, the Index Universal Life Insurance, that have the policies that have insurance, it also have living benefit. Typical example, right? If you sign up for a 300,000 policies and that you are qualified for that, we give you rider, and the rider cover critical illness, chronic illness, terminal illness. So in terminal illness is something that the doctor says that, oh yeah, you have maybe 5 years to live. That 500,000 that you qualify for come back to you. In critical illness, if the doctor says, yeah, okay, that these are one of the policies. This is team life policy that we're talking about. So if you can go to the next slide.
Let's see something. Yeah, let me go. Let me go to the next one.
Yeah. Okay, that's it. Yeah, go again. Go ahead. Okay, that's the group life I was just talking about first. Go ahead.
Yeah,
again.
let's go on. Let's go on the slide. The one you're talking about. Are you talking about group life or keep going? Or
the IUL now. The IUL, the Index Universal Life. That's the whole life. The next one. Okay, this one. Okay,
go ahead.
Yeah, this is the IUL that holds the 62 different benefits. It's a whole round policies. So we call it the family miracles. All of the benefits are not listed over here. You qualify concerning or background checks or medical records. If you have too much of speeding tickets, you might not qualify. But this IUL contains about 62 different benefits. And some of the benefits, as I said earlier, is kind of terminal illness. And terminal illness, if the doctor pronounces you that maybe you will not live for maybe 12 months to 1 year, 2 years. If you have 5,000 in the policy, it comes to you. So another benefit in this terminal illness. Terminal illness is for heart attack, stroke, cancer, field, or you get organ transplant. All of these things that they are in those policies. So if something happens to you while you are qualified for that policy, that money comes back to you. Stroke, whatever, it comes back to you. And another benefit in this too that the policy contains is called the chronic illness. So chronic illness, if the doctor say maybe you cannot do 2 to 3 daily living activity, which is maybe you cannot bathe yourself, you cannot take yourself to the restroom and things, whatever amount of money you have in that policy, 90% come back to you. So the policy is not just for dying. These are something that the bank themselves use. So if you go to your bank, any of you that are watching today, go to your banks tomorrow or whenever, just ask them for the account that is called the 7702. 7702 is the account that the bank itself use. So when we put our money into the bank take our money and put it into the policy. But they can withdraw from the bank, from that policies, but we have no access to that. So the bank is using us to enrich themselves. If you look at the rates right now for Bank of America, they have about 19 trillions in policies. Burger King have the same policies. McDonald's have this policies. J.C. Penney, Pizza Hut, General Electric, AT&T, all of these companies have these policies. They don't have the policies for dying. Will the company die? No. The company cannot die. But they have those policies that they can make their business very strong, financial principle, to withdraw money from it and open another business elsewhere. So the policy is not just about life insurance, but the policy do contains life insurance as well. So there are 4 different kinds. So sometimes some people have the team life, they don't know the values. Some people have the whole life, they don't understand it. Some people have the universal life, it is the best one. That is called the 7702. So in the 7702 accounts, there another one that they call the $1 million babies. So for a typical example, $1 million baby is something that the rich use or wealthy people use to help their kids. Typical example, I just get to understand these things because when I joined the financial institutions, when the Webman child is born today, he opened this policy that is called 7702 for his child. And child payment for that policy may be $65, $45, all depends the age. And that man will save that money every month he make a contribution towards that policies. And that policy grows what they call compound interest. So when the compound interest grows less than 5 years, 6 years, that child have maybe like 80,000 to 100,000 in their accounts. That child finished from college, high school rather, they have free money to go to college without a student loan or financial aid. But we, the blacks, we don't understand these things. If the wife is pregnant or women are pregnant, we will start having baby shower. We start having barbecues. We start having all kinds of party, doing those things. And our lives, if the children grow without financial backing, if they cannot afford to have that financial, strength to go to college or get financial aid, guess what happened? They are going to work to McDonald's. They are going to work to Pizza Hut.
Wow.
They are going to work to do the same CNA job mommy is doing. The same CNA job daddy is doing. Then what happened? That's a cycles of generation failed us. Because if I fail, if I don't prepare a future for my children when they come after me, they might fail too. So these are things that the wealthy are using, the bank itself using, great family that have understanding using to also liberate themselves from poverty. That is why most of us children graduate today, guess what? They go do the same CNA job mommy is doing. The same warehouse job daddy doing. Because of what? Financial literacy.
Thank you. So let's a lot of good information. So we're going to do some follow-up here. Thank you very much, Pastor A.B. Tarpeh here for elaborating. And folks, trust me, he spoke about living benefits. So we're going to dive into living benefits a little bit here. And folks, if you have any question, let us know here. We are monitoring all our pages here. If you have any question, let us know. Write your question. If you want to call in, you call in the number 515-326-1905 here. These guys are going to answer your question here. So let's talk about living benefits. So are you saying that this policy carries living benefit where if you're making that payment, because let's just say you have car insurance, right? We pay on we pay our insurance, but the only time we benefit until maybe we had an accident. Then depending on our deductible policy, then maybe they total the car, they give you this small check. But you're saying that this policy carry living benefit. Why are you living? How long will it take if you say you fall sick or you have terminal illness or some kind of illness that will prevent you from working? Can you go and take money from this policy? Why are you living?
Sure. You see, these are my policy book for all of my kids. Everyone in my house do have a policy. Every individual, right, from my mom, myself, every individual. And when you go through this book, all depends the amount of policies that you are qualified for. And you can run the illustrations for that. So as I said earlier, the policy is not just for dying. It also covers some, I can name some benefit that the policy have. Compound interest. Compound interest is something that grow benefits for you. The policy also have what they call the probate codes. What is probate code? That's probate code. I myself, when I came into this financial field, I get to understand probate codes. I was shocked because I have never heard about it before. And the probate code is something that, typical example, when we are alive, we have our bills. When we died, our bills becoming estates. And guess what? That estate can be whole captains by the government unknown to your family. And it happened to this guy that founded Cash App, Bob Lee. He worth couples of millions of dollars with 2 kids, one 7 years old and one 5, 2 girls. And he died because he don't have the policies. So his assets were frozen by the probate court system. And guess what? A millionaire, they have to do GoFundMe before they could even bury him. That is why you see sometimes when people pass, they cremate them because what? The government sees their asset. If you have a house, have a bank account, you have a 401k, you got a business. If you pass without the protections of the policies, the government have full right to seize everything. And these are things that we don't know about.
Let's thank you very much. Let's bring Alfred in here. So Alfred, go ahead and elaborate too on how you are enjoying the benefits of these policy. I know you're independent financial agent, but you also you sign up for the policy too. right? Even though you are an independent agent, but you are benefiting and you are using this policy here to pretty much be a safeguard for you and your family while you're even still stay alive. Am I correct? Elaborate more on this.
All right, thank you, Mr. Hawks. That was a lot of information given there, and I hope people are taking note of this information. So in our communities, we most of the time we ignore some things very important to families, but we ignore them. The number one thing that when we talk about insurance, as soon as
let's see. I'm hearing a noise in the background. Can we put our phone on mute if we're not speaking of Pastor Abraham?
Sure, let me do that.
Yeah, but I'm hearing like a background noise. Okay, so let's see. So, yeah, I'm hearing. Okay, the noise went away. All right, I said, go ahead. I'm gonna not Ozzy, but Alfred, I'm gonna put you on the screen back. Go ahead.
Okay. All right, thank you. So I said in our communities, right, especially among us, the immigrant community, we hear information, but we doubt them without even trying to investigate and know what they are. So my advice is whenever someone has something to say, just listen to it, do your research. The things we do it's not only life insurance, but also strategies for retirement and also for businesses. Yeah. So I know some of us are familiar and some are not. But when we talk about this type of life insurance, which is the Index Universal Life Insurance, you can use it for retirement. You can use it for businesses. So one thing, Mr. Hawks, I would say about this Index Universal Life Insurance is you use it as a banking tool. It's like a personal bank to yourself. So Pastor AB talked about the companies and how much billions they have in the board for life insurance. That's how most of these companies operate. So the way they operate is take maybe the CEO or COO or chairman, they put certain amount of life insurance on that person. The person is not a beneficiary. The company itself is a beneficiary. The person is just the insured. So if that CEO passes away, the company gets all that money. So for example, with Bank of America has about $17 billion in their life insurance. And the premium they pay accumulate compound interest. Compound interest normally goes two ways. You earn a certain interest, and that interest that is earned also earn interest. So it's like double interest. So over time, it grows faster. So compounding, a lot of companies do it. Our mortgage company, our card note, our credit cards. That is why when somebody buys a house, for example, $100,000, and they decide they want to pay in 30 years, if it is 30 years, by the time you pay that money, it has quadrupled. So you end up paying maybe $400,000 out of a house that you bought for $100,000. That is how the Index Universal Life works as well. So it is not for everybody, to be honest with you. There are a lot of things that has to be done. A lot of things have to be done in order to be able to achieve that and get that insurance. So like Pastor AB said first, some of the key things, your background check. If you have criminal record or felony, you are not qualified for that. And by the way, this insurance was created for the elites in Congress. It's something that is not taught in school, never going to be taught in school. It just blew up. It just blew up because of social media, but it's been around for a very long time. So let's say, for example, right, if you decide if a man has maybe about 100,000 in a 401k and another 50,000 in a savings, and they died, right? When that person dies, automatically the family think, oh yeah, even though my loved one is dead, the money is coming to us at least. But those accounts get frozen. We didn't know that. I didn't know that. The accounts get frozen. So if you have a house, you have a car, protect them. If you don't protect them, when the time comes and you pass away, those 401k you got, that huge savings you have, that IRA account you have, all those will be frozen. Your checking, CD account, they'll all be frozen. What they do is the government comes in with the probate court to evaluate your asset and then your liability. So if you have a house that you're paying for, you have a car, no, you're paying for credit cards, all those things, they total everything to how much you have in debt. And if you have money in your account, the money is going to be frozen. They're going to have to pay those creditors you took all these things from. If you're lucky to have money left, then it goes to your family. Unlike these accounts, Index Universal, you do not have, it does not go to probate court. It is tax-free benefit that go to your family upon death. So when you are on the job, you are earning, you're earning good, your family is living large, everything is perfect, right? But we don't know what happens tomorrow. What if the script flips tomorrow and the person becomes ill? Let's say chronically ill where they can't behave themselves again. They need somebody, they need total health. How do they take care of the family they once took care of? That's when financial stress comes in, because all you are thinking about, if you're a family person, I am able to work now. How do my family survive? How do I give the kind of lifestyle that my family had? That is what killed people early, because of financial stress. Now, with this account, let's say you have a $1 million policy, you get 90% of that $1 million, which is like $900,000. If they write a check to you, you got to take care of your family.
Wow.
There are enormous benefits that, sometimes when I have a conversation with my friends and family, they think these things they are fake, they are scam, but they are not. They are not scam. It just requires you working hard, recruiting, making policies. And the goal is to catch up with the other people who have gone far ahead of us. We parents now, my brother, today, if we were to pose the question and say, if you were to become disabled today or unable to work, how long will it take for you to survive? How much money you have saving to survive without losing your house, without going to an apartment back, or without going to the homeless shelter, without selling your car, without selling your jewelry? How long will it take for you to do that? And you got to be honest with yourself. Stop bluffing and be honest with yourself. How long will it take? Be real. In our community, what happens whenever somebody is sick? We then go around the community. It's a great thing. Don't get me wrong. It's a great thing. People go around and ask for help. They go on GoFundMe and all of that. But what if we start to change that mindset of having 100,000 policy, 200,000 policy, 500,000 policy, 1 million, 2 million, depending on your financial situation? So what we do is we don't just throw numbers at you. We do what we call the financial needs analysis to know how much your income is. So that we know your debt to income. And then based on that, we customize a policy that works for you. So we start high, we tell you your monthly payment, your annual payment, and then we go low to where you think you are comfortable. Now, if you're comfortable there, don't be happy. You are only applying for it. You may get denied. It's just like applying for a loan with bad credit. So you have to go through that underwriting process. And if you have even the slightest like speeding ticket, what people will take it's nothing, you can get disqualified for it. You can get denied for that. Up till like some worst case scenarios, some illnesses. But the good thing about our platform, we shop around. We shop around with hundreds of companies to get the person approved. Because the goal here is, it's not for us to make money only, but also for the family to be secure, financially secure. In the event where the person passes away, they don't have to be on GoFundMe to raise money or in a community to ask for donation. The insurance write check, plan the person's funeral, the person is gone, the rest of the money go to the family. So that's the thing we want to educate our community about. There are a lot of things that the community need to know, but are they willing to keep an open ear? Are they willing to think outside the box and understand that life insurance is not about wishing death on you, but rather protecting you for tomorrow if anything happens? So these are some of the benefits, Mr. Hawks, and there are a lot more that we'll be discussing.
Yeah. Wow, that's a lot of good information. I know sometimes you guys might do group presentation or in-person presentation or community forum presentation here, or maybe one-on-one, because like you said, there's a lot of information you guys just put out there. Some people are going to be like, wow, some people are still trying to process it. So But this is just a preview here, folks. I want to tell you guys we'll always bring these guys on the show here to educate our people, to inform our people. Like Alfred says, not only about the money, about protecting your family when something happens. What are you still alive? You know, you are ill, you are unable to, go to work, you have stroke or something. Guess what? You will be happy that, oh, I wish I have started this. So if you don't have no insurance, nothing, guess what now? You're looking for your family, looking for nursing home, or trying to send you back Africa, which is going to be worse, or trying to just be like give up on you. Always life insurance is not only about dying. It comes with a lot of living benefits. But let me ask you guys here. You guys throw light on the index. Let me put it on the screen here. So my question. All right, you guys threw light on index universal life insurance. Let's look at the advantages. Family miracle 62 benefits. I know we'll talk about some of those benefits, and the disadvantage: past a health physical. Sound too good to be true. So let me ask a question on the past a health physical. So what physical are the requirement that you think that if someone say, what, this index universal life, I want to get it. Even it costs for me to work hard and make my payment, but I want to get it. So what is the step, the requirement, what physical and the age range you think that person can be qualified or pass a physical? Let's talk about that physical here. If I want to sign up for universal life insurance by tomorrow, what am I supposed to do? What are you going to tell me? What forms I'm going to fill? Walk me through.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. So when we talk about index universal life, is an insurance. It's a permanent life insurance that offer both death benefit and cash value. Right? So the first thing that you have to do, what we recommend to do, and what we are trained to also exploit is.
Yeah, but let me stop you there. You say it offer both death and cash value. So the cash value is when you're alive, right? Which is the living benefit.
Okay. Right. So it's living benefit. So
thank you.
Most of, like Pastor Ibi are talking earlier on, that they have group life insurance, they have term life insurance, they have whole life insurance, they have whole life universal life insurance, and they have index universal life insurance. So index universal life insurance is the most productive one among everything, because what it does is, like, they all do participation in stock marketing. Yes. But if you look at something like 401k, if you look at your account today, you will see that, oh, I've gained like 30%, right? And it's green and the arrow is up. 2 weeks later, the arrows drop and you've probably lost about $300. So with that, it's called a variable interest account. So it fluctuates. When the market go up, your money go up. When the market comes down, money come down. But with the index universal life, it's like climbing a step. It's going up and never comes down. So let's say the market crashes today. Your money stays where it's at. It's protected. There's a minimum on shield. So where the interest rate stop, it locks right there. You don't lose money. So now, over time, if you pay your premium, because the interest is compounding, that money you are paying is compounding into interest. Over time, you build cash value. And when you build that cash value, you can use that cash value to take loan for anything you want to do. Say, for example, if you have a $500,000 policy and you pay for 10 years and you have available $80,000 or $150,000 in it, what do you think you can do with that $80,000 or $150,000? Maybe you have a house and you owe like $90,000 on it. Maybe you have 2 car notes and you want to pay it off. You want to pay all your credit card off. So you go into that account and borrow against it, because we recommend that you don't go and withdraw cash. Because when you withdraw cash, what happens? You are losing interest. The interest that is supposed to accumulate, you are losing it. So this particular life insurance has made it possible for you to use it as your own banking tool. To say, I have my personal bank where I can go and borrow money, pay back with interest, and the interest goes back to me in my pocket. All right. So
yeah, let's stop you there here. I'm just following. So instead of taking money, you borrow money from your own insurance. So it's like you just like instead of you taking money and creating a saving account, you say, why would I create a saving account and this one can be my saving account, and because I'm accumulating compound interest, the money is building more interest. So I'll just go borrow from my own account and pay back, or how does that work?
Okay. All right, Pastor, let me come in, then you can chime in.
You okay? You okay, bro? Okay.
So Vincent, Mr. Holt, why would I want to put $20,000 in a savings with maybe, for example, high yield interest, right? And high yield interest is maybe like 4 or 5%. The 1 year it would take to get that money, maybe if you lock your money in CD and you lock $10,000 in CD and you have a 4% of that, it will give you less value than if you had it in the index universal life, because the 4% they are giving you is straight interest. It's fixed. Yeah. It cannot go up. It cannot come down, and it only accumulates at 4% per year. So the 4% of interest you get, that's what it is. Whereas the index universal life that has the same 4%, if a year comes by and the interest accumulate, let's say if the interest accumulate, I'd like to do the math real quick, Mr. Host. So give me 1 second. Let me do like 10,000 and 4% on the 10,000.
Right, sure.
So if you had your money in the CD or high yield savings account with $10,000 and 4%, you will get $400, right? At the end of the term, if it's 1 year. But with the index, you will get that same $400 plus you will get another one on top of it that will add to it. So over time, as you accumulate in the cash value, it's multiplying itself by 2. Wow. So at the end, that's how you come up with significant amount of money. And the thing is, the more money you put in there, the more you get. So if you have a policy and maybe you do your tax return and you are supposed to pay $3,000, $4,000 a year, but you have $15,000 in taxes, you can put maybe about $8,000 there. It helps to accumulate faster. And the good thing, the beauty of this is the fact that the insurance company allow you to borrow against your face value, like the amount of coverage you polish. You are able to borrow against it and do something. So I mean, if John Brown purchases a $1 million policy, after 10 years, John Brown has about maybe $150,000 in cash value. John Brown can borrow about $80,000 or $100,000 and go home to Liberia or wherever John Brown came from and start to do investment. That's how most of the people do. They invest into real estate and other things. You do not want to invest into places where you lose money, because if you are an entrepreneur and an investment person, you know not to lose money. So you're not going to take your money and go and gamble with it, or you're not going to take your money and go buy something in the stock market when you know that it could crash. And if it crashes, you lose your money. So if you have the mindset of make money and never lose money, choose the right portfolio where you do not lose money. So index universal account is
make money and never use money. Okay, so Pastor AB, I know you're going to do a follow-up, but still, I want my question to be answered. Yeah, and good information that Alfred put out, but my question wasn't answered on past health physical, because among all the insurance, everybody like index, universal life insurance, where my money double, But now it comes to, it's just that you fill an application and you're waiting to see if you're going to be higher. So talk more about it, passing the health physical, how can someone really get this, because they have to wait for result, Yeah, throw more light on it.
Thank you very much. And also, Brother Alfred, thank you. That was very informative. Thank you very much. When we say pass physical or health physical, is something that, typical example, you might get a stroke before. You may not pass, be qualified for it. You might get a cancer and apply for it. You might not be qualified. You might got so many speeding tickets because it's a risk.
Yeah.
The word insurance may transfer or risk. So typical example, you that over there, JD, if you're selling food, you will not sell a bad food to somebody to buy it, right? They won't buy it. So the insurer will not take something that is already not good for them to spend more money. Typical example, right? If you maybe were diagnosed with cancer before and then put in the policy, if the insurance accept that, you take a $1 million policy and the insurance company accept that, after 2-3 months, you call them and say, oh yeah, I'm diagnosed with company, I need my $1 million back. They have full right to give you that money. So that's why they do physical and health check. They got to go back in the system, check your Social Security number, check all of the hospital you have visited before you can qualify. That's why I always tell people, it's okay, get your agents to do your applications, pre-applications as soon as possible. Because nobody knows tomorrow. Sickness is not about how, it's about when. A lady gave a story when I went to Atlanta, Georgia for the first conference. That broke my heart. And I decided to say to myself, any individual come my way, I will educate them about this. She said her friends were behind her for 4 good months for this policy. Get the policies, protect your family, protect yourself. Nobody knows tomorrow. We don't pray for bad things, but we plan for bad things in the times of illness. Her friend was behind her for 4 good months. At the end of that, she stopped speaking to her friends. So her friend keep calling her, and out of suddenly she just agreed to get the policies. So she applied for 400,000 policies. She gave a testimony online. Everybody was there about, let's say almost 10 to 11,000 people were in the arena. And then she said after she approved for the policies, less than 2 months, she was qualified in a week. She paid her first premium. She was qualified for the policy less than 2 months. She was kind of feeling chronic pain. So when she went to the hospital, the doctor said, no, you cannot go home. You got to stay here. You are a stage 4 cancer patient. Right after 2 months, she was qualified for the policy. Go for stomach checkup. Now they show her cancer, stage 4. Guess what? She don't have money to treat herself. She loses her job. Husband loses job because he got to come home to take her wife at home. Now she don't have money to continue treatment. Guess what? Family get together to raise, excuse me, $15,000 to start her treatment, to raise $15,000. The day go farming, they raise $600. Why? She needed $15,000 to start her cancer treatment. And then they were able to raise only $600. But you can't blame anybody. You can't give what you don't have. It does not mean you are a bad person. So in that certain period of time, her friend, that was the agent, her friend called her and said, your policy is still active. Love filed a claim. She filed a claim to the company. Guess what? They sent her $400,000 check. I got it slapped over it on my company. Because she was qualified for that policy before the sickness occurred. Sickness is not about how. It's about when. So when she was qualified for that money, guess what happened? She went to the hospital. She said she spent almost $60,000 for her cancer treatment. Less than 5 to 6, 7 months, she was cancer-free. Some of the things that cause sickness to be worse and they take us to death is worry. Because of financial problems. So if you don't have money to treat yourself, sometimes doctors don't look at you. Sometimes they don't. So she was cancer-free. And it happened to a guy in the chat that they call Scott. Now he have a license. He's an agent now, spreading his story around also on the crusade. Scott was diagnosed with heart attack. After he was diagnosed, he was making $50,000 a year. Not too much, but he get himself secure, get his policy. So he was diagnosed with stroke. And God was with him. When he came out of there, the company gave him $350,000. I sent you the link. I sent you the pictures too. The company gave him $355,000. After that sickness, the good happened for the bad happened for a good reason. So guess what? He bought his house, bought his wife car, bought his car, and now they are enjoying good life.
Are you talking about Scott? This guy?
Scott. This is Scott. Go back. That's Scott there.
Yeah. Let me go back. Yeah.
And now he's a lesson agent. Now he's spreading the news around. That's Scott. Go to the next one. The next one. That is him. When he was struck, with heart attack. And that's the check the company sent him. Because that's the policy he qualified for. $355,000.
So was Scott on the Index Universal Life Insurance, or you're
Yes.
on different one?
That's the insurance we do. We don't do no part-time life insurance. We don't do that. We deal with the index.
Yes.
So every policies we run, is straight index. It's not Team Life. It's not Prime America. You know, I talked to a couple. One of my friends.
So let me come in here. I will let you go ahead, finish your thought. Then I will.
So Scott get this check from the company, and now Scott is alive. He took license just to share this information to people to educate them, because we don't know tomorrow. Today you might be working okay, and then tomorrow what happened? Heart attack, stroke, cancer failure, organ transplant. You don't know what can happen to you tomorrow. So Scott get that from the company.
Yes. So you stated that you guys sign up people for the policy index. So if a person is not qualified for index after you kind of run all those checks and assessment, they are not qualified. So what do you tell the customer, or what do you tell your client or the person? What do you tell them?
Our goal is to help everyone. You know, as I said earlier, we work for 125 companies.
Yes.
So if Prime America does not qualify you, we can switch to Baby Life, Global Life, we can State Farm. We have so many companies, Fidelity, you know. But I met a lady that I talked to, and now I bless God for her. She changed everything around. Now what is it? She got a Team Life insurance, and this Team Life is sponsored by Prime America. I must say I used to got it right up. I used to have Prime America. It's a Team Life, and the problem with the Team Life, you forced to pass before your beneficiary get the money.
So let's see. Let's go to Team Life. This one, right?
Yeah, let me see if you can pull it up.
Yeah, let me put on the screen. Let's talk about it.
And that's what a lot of people have, and they don't understand. So the Team Life, a lot of people have it. Yeah. It lasts for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years.
Let me read the advantage and the disadvantage, then we'll talk about it.
All right, sir.
All right. So let's go to this one here. We see advantages, cheap, popular TV ads and stuff, right?
Yes.
Okay. So then let's go to disadvantages and let's see here for Team Life on disadvantages here. So we want folks to see the difference. And you see a lot of people on
a lot.
And you had it too before, right?
I used to.
Okay. So we have the disadvantages, temporal coverage, only paid upon death, no benefit to a client while alive. Premiums will increase when policy turns.
That's right.
Lapse if payment is made. So if you miss payment, they cancel it.
Yes.
No cash accumulation. Gambling by betting against your life. Most companies encourage at age 65. Wow.
Yeah. So you see that, and for this Team Life, maybe if you have it for your kids, thinking that your kids can go to college. I met a friend of mine that he have this Team Life for a while, and I will try to educate him about it. Because the Team Life, typical example, if you have it for your kids cannot go to college outside the state that you are in. So typical example, the Team Life is kind of limited to just the state. If I have this for my son, and then maybe he grown up and start playing football, decide to go to California to play there, the money that I put in that policy, I lose it. But for the index annuity that is 7702 contains, you can transfer it wherever he want to go to college.
Oh, okay.
So this policy says, this Team Life, you cannot withdraw money from it. You cannot get the loan, as Brother Alfred said. You cannot get the loan. The only time it paid up when you pass and your beneficiary get the money. No cash value coming out of it. Nothing. So it's not policy that we can depend on. It's crash when you miss a payment. So typical example, they will sign you up for 10 years for it. So when you go towards 9 years in the last year's period, if your bank account will change or your debit card is not working, if they try to run the payment, you lose everything if the payment does not go through.
Okay, let's backtrack here a little bit. Here we'll go back to Index Universal Life Insurance, which is the best. we have 62 benefits. Pastor Abraham, tell us about some of these benefits, because we are only seeing it's a family miracle, 62 benefits.
Yes.
You can name everything, but just go down the slide, 62 benefits.
I can list some, and I think Brother Alfred already talk about some, the compound interest, the probate code we talked about, tax-free benefit. That, for instance, you can take money from the policy with the tax-free. Typical example, right? Most of what we have, the 401k, we depends on it, and the 401k is a debt trap. Let's say typical example, right? You got like 50,000 in your 401k, and then you retire. The government take 25% of that, or 20%. They give you $30,000, and $30,000 cannot last for you for 2 years. But you got to pay your bills. So when you pay your bills, at last, what happened? You got to go find a job. That's why you see old folks hanging around Walmart working. It does not mean they want to work, because there was no financial planning. But they didn't understand these things. So at the end, you see old man working with you. It does not mean that he want to work, but he don't have financial strength. So he had to go back to work. That's why we don't depend on 401k, because 401k is a debt trap. And that's what a lot of people depends on. So if you depend on 401k, typical example, if you try to withdraw money from the 401k, they take your taxes. But for this account, it's tax-free.
Tax-free. Wow.
Yeah, when you try to take up money from A, it's tax-free. They don't charge you. That's your own money, as Brother Alfred said. You can take money. If you decide to pay it back, you can pay it back with interest. It goes towards your saving. He stressed on something great. Typical example. The house I live in, right? I bought the house 2019. I paid $225,000 for the house. They gave me 30 years to pay the house off. What I pay per month, I calculate and 30 years, I'll be paying $900,000, almost $500,000.
Wow.
Compound interest. And that's what the bank uses. And we don't know about these things. So what I did, I closed my saving account down. I don't have saving account. I only have a checking account where my check can go to, and I pay my bills. But I put all of the money into all of my case policies that it grow compound interest every time. So 2-3 years from now, I can go to Sonita account, take out 20,000, Gloria 10,000, my mom account, my account, and pay my house off, or buy a different house.
Yeah.
So
instead of borrowing money, you can also say, I don't want to borrow, but I want to withdraw.
You can withdraw. That's your money. That's what they call tax-free. And even typical example, you may get maybe like $1 million policy, right? Yeah. And then your cousin passes away, your cousin get a $1 million policy. That $1 million come back to you. No tax. The government have no rules over it. It come back to you. These are some of the benefits. The chronic illness.
What if the government chases me for child support? Can they go into that?
No, they can never touch it. No. Typical example, ages, right? That's a good question.
Yeah.
The government have no right over this policy. Even as our agents, as a financial agents, right? We got license. They don't take tax from us. No. When we make $5,000 a week, the $5,000 come directly to us. No tax. And guess what? Some of the benefit of it as an agent, the haircut we cut our hair, the clothes we wear, the shoes we buy, the car we drive, the gas we spend on, every expenditures we make, we get money back from the government because it's called business expense.
So every expense you guys keep track of it, and when you're ready of doing taxes.
Yes, you get all that money back. Okay. So the government is the only account, the index annuity and the life insurance the government don't have power over. Or your 401k, the government have power over it. Your checking account, the CDs account. But I first scratch on something that is powerful. You talk about the CD, right? That's how the CDs work that we don't know. I put $5,000 in the bank. It only accumulates 2.0%, right? Typical example. And then they give me 5 years to save that money. Less than 2-3 years, I don't have money. When I go back to take $2,000 for that account, they will say, okay, yes, since you are breaking the covenants before the 5 year periods of time, they will give me $2,000 from my own money, and they will take a tax from my own money for them. So this thing that's something that we don't really understand, because this account was set up for the banks, the rich people, government, and big institutions that have business. So they brought it outside now to us. They say life insurance, but it's not life insurance. It's a policies that contain life insurance.
Wow. So let's read some of the audience comments here. I think Linton Clay say we are learning new things tonight, and we'll read comment. We can put it on the screen here for the audience to see here. Then Nathan Parr say, you are responsible to pay your own tax. So is that true? You are responsible to pay your own tax?
Let me stress on that real quick, Pastor AB.
Yeah.
With any business owner,
Mm-hmm.
You have self-employment taxes.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you have 1099, you will definitely file taxes.
That's right.
Now, what Nathan is talking about, like with every business, of course you have to file it. But here's the thing: you do what they call atomization on your tax return as opposed to standard deduction. So standard deduction, the last time I remember, it was like I think $12,500 exempt money that you can use to count against your tax liability, right? Now with this one, you can atomize. Let's say you made 200,000 for the year, but you got close. You were close to be able to make yourself presentable to go and face client. The food that you eat, even when you go to a convention or an event, the hotel, the flight, the car, the ticket that you purchase to go to. So it's an unlimited atomization, which means every single thing you do, you put it against your tax. So of course, yes, Nathan, you're right. We're responsible for it. Yeah. But that is the beauty of being self-employed, because you all you gotta do is keep your receipt, but atomize and get every penny, even your car that you're driving, even in your house. Right now, I'm an independent unlicensed agent. In my house, I split the place into two. My office space is there, so I have to write something off like I'm paying. So if I'm paying mortgage, maybe half of that one, I have to itemize it as a business expenditure. So right. That is the difference between being a W-2 person and being a 1099. Because W-2, you're not going to go and you can, but sometimes how many things can you itemize to come close to the standard deduction versus you itemizing as a business expense and do a lot of things. So at the end, the goal is to either come to a balance where you don't owe the government does not owe you, but the government owe you. But in this one, it's very difficult for you to owe the government just because of everything that you do. So that's about it. One thing Papi James said too, I want to elaborate on is, Papi, is that easy? It is that easy. The agents are here to work with everyone to make sure you get approved. So we got a solid board of insurance companies. If one company is too strict on maybe somebody having COVID in the past, and that's the reason why they didn't qualify, another company will say, you know what, that is just COVID. We are going to let it slide and go. So we do one-stop shopping with so many companies to make sure at the end of the day for us to achieve that. So our platform, right? Our platform, it was discovered by an African person. And that person started recruiting Africans because we didn't know about that. So in our communities, we are trying to recruit every single African who should hear about it, learn about this. You can either, we can either guide you and teach you how to be an agent. You pass your exam, and we train you how to do presentation, how to run these numbers and everything. So it's not that difficult, but it just involves a lot of time. But at the end of the day, if we can start with giving our children generational wealth, where we don't have to go back to, Alfred worked for 20 years and he was working paycheck to paycheck and could not afford college for his child, to now his child was 15 days old when he put a policy on that child. By the time the child turned 18, that child has about $88,000 to his or her disposal. By the time a child is 24 years, that child has about $100,000 to start with. And at the age of 24, that's when people start to, get their first career after college and they start to establish family. What can you do with $100,000? There's a lot you can do with it. What if you want to put down payment on buying your brand new home? What if you want to buy your first car? What if you want to get in your first apartment and they tell you you gotta put maybe a deposit down? Most of our children, unfortunately, especially we the Africans and the Black communities, we do not seek the future of our children. We seek now. We work in it now, and I was included myself. We work in it now, and we thought everything would be great. We take care of our kids until they are 18 or until they are out of college, then say go and work and take care of yourself. But why don't we change that narrative now and start to get these accounts so our children can also be able to have some kind of cushion or foundation to start with? How about we do that so they can have a foundation to start with? So by the time they start to earn, they already have something that is protecting them in the case of any kind of illness or any kind of misfortune where life flips around and give you lemon. You're going to be able to make lemonade. So it's very easy, Papi Jeans, for you to get in it. We work with so many people. All you got to do is pass your health screening, pass the background check, and then the rest, the underwriters will take care and shop everywhere till they get you a coverage. So it is expensive based on age. So as you age, so it is. So one thing Pastor AB said about the term life insurance also is if they lock you in for 10 years, let's say 100,000, 10 years, it's like you going to the casino and putting your money in a slot machine and hoping to win, right? Mm-hmm. But what's the probability of you winning? Very slim. So term life insurance is the same thing. You're gambling your life if you put it in there because the gamble here is insurance saying the insurance says, Paul Brown, if you die, then the money that you are financing, the amount you are financing through premium will get paid out to your people. But what if Paul Brown wants to enjoy himself before he dies? Who wants to just invest money and not enjoy it till they die before they have love or enjoy it? Right. So that's what this particular index universal comes in, that at a certain time you have cash value available to you. You can take that money and say you're taking your lovely wife, Mr. Host, on a vacation, and you can sit in first class because the money is there. All you did is you borrow against that money to go and enjoy with your wife, but the actual money you've been paying is accumulating compound interest for you while you took a loan. So that's why we, like I said earlier on, infinite banking, because you are taking loan from yourself, charging yourself interest, paying back with interest, and the vicious cycle goes on and on and on. So,
these two guys, the information is so sweet, man. I'm telling you, folks.
Mr. Holmes.
Yeah. Like I said, the information tonight is so is very, very informative. These guys are knowledgeable on this. If this were maybe we were talking about a fight or gossip or negative training story, the whole place was going to be very crowded. We're going to be having over 1,000 people watching. But we're talking about something very, very beneficial, not only to you, to your family, generational wealth. So, Pastor Abraham, so this is how these white folks create generational wealth for their family.
The John Marking, even Disney War. I read some books when I come to the institution. I sat down and said, wow, we've been living in darkness. Honestly speaking, we've been living in darkness. Honestly, my brother, I sat down. Typical example, all this work we are doing, we've been doing. Finto, when you retire, what can't you afford? Let's be honest. That's why you see a white man, you might be working with him at that job site. White woman, she don't care for overtime. But she got something that growing money for her behind her. It does not mean that she don't want to do overtime.
Yeah.
That's why they can cash money out and buy their horses or their car cash. The children can have free access to go to college with our student loan. Yeah. But just imagine, right? Your son get about $50,000, $60,000 student loan behind him. When will he pay that money up before he take it to daddy and mommy? These are things we don't think about the features of, and we understand.
But just imagine what Obama said when he became president. He just have paid off his student loan.
A compound interest on the student loan every time. Yeah, it grows.
So they have compound interest on the student loan as well. On
yes. Yes. So if we don't sit down to change the raft, we will retire poor. Our kids will come retire poor too.
Damn it. These guys are ready.
That's a generation further.
Yeah. Folks, we do this for the community. We're gonna schedule a community forum where these guys gonna come. They have that table, the booth, and you'll sign up. Or it's two options. You either sign up for one of these policies, which is the index universal life insurance, or you want to join the crew and become a licensed financial independent agent. Am I correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Mr. Hooks.
Yeah.
Let me respond to Mr. Jackson.
I'm not seeing this comment.
Mr. Jackson, Vincent, my own brother, my man, you brother, who I can Sonny. So he's saying that he hope it's not 419, just because I think that came from because I said an African person discovered this. Maybe he thinks that the African person is the one that established this, but no, he is the one that got informed the same way we are informing our general public tonight, our community tonight. Is the same way he got informed. He learned it. He realized it's a way to break that generational gap of poverty amongst our people. And so he started recruiting specifically our African diaspora people. Like, hey, the Asians are doing this. The Jewish are doing it. That's why the Jewish and Asians they have so much money, because this is what they use to their advantage. It's always like I said earlier on, I would never take, if I had maybe 10,000 or 20,000 or 100,000 today, I would never put that in the bank account.
No way.
Never would I do that. Because if I have $50,000 and put it in the bank gave me 4% high yield interest. It is nothing. It can't do anything.
And the bank using that money to grow compound interest.
The bank is charging you compound interest for the money you borrow today.
Of the bank.
Right?
Yeah.
So they are borrowing, they take your money and they are giving it to you as loan for card note, for mortgage, for credit card. And it's compounding. If you realize, if you look at your credit card statement, sometimes you see when you buy maybe gas, they'll charge you interest on that amount. Then the company will also charge finance charge. So they double charge you for it. So if you took $100 from a $400 credit card, that $100, if you don't pay it right away, you will end up paying maybe $120 or $150 just for that particular thing alone. So, but when you have this account does the same for you. So the best thing that I would advise all my community dwellers is something that you are putting there for rainy days. You can take out whenever you want to take out based on what is available for you.
Yes.
Do it.
So basically, just keep your checking account for everyday transaction and just make this as your saving.
Yeah. So you can okay. So one thing I would say in our community, be able to save emergency funds, and that is just for emergency. It's not saving. All right. And when we talk about emergency fund, have at least 3 times your salary saved in the account. What if today you lose your job and you're looking for a job, but it's difficult to get a job? The emergency funds come in while the index universal life is being compounded for the future later on. Yeah. All right. So those are things. So you can have savings account, but it should be an emergency saving account. Now, if you are some people who have a lot of money in your account and you think by putting it in CD you're going to get good money, no, it's not going to happen. So the best thing is to put it into this account, let it compound interest and earn extra cash for you. So it's very important. So to Mr. Jackson, no, this is not a 419. It is not a 419. A person saw it and they do business. We do business on a platform. We do business on a platform called WFG. The person is an independent contractor that is using that platform to inform the rest of the community. This few time I went to Dallas. Mr. Host, I seen your picture with me in the background. I don't know whether you can pull it up for me.
Yeah. Let me pull it up here. Yeah, that's a very flashy picture. I saw that. I was like, oh, yeah.
I'm telling you, Pastor AB sitting here, I think he had over 5 or 6 different awards. Wow. 5 or 6 different awards, because he's doing such an awesome job recruiting people in the community, informing people in the community. Look, sometimes as the Bible says, the lack of knowledge make our people perish, right? Or make my people perish. And that is what is happening with us. I was once a victim. I was a too known. I knew it up until I got humbled by what I didn't know.
Where did you see that? Where did you send that picture? I cannot see it.
I text messages to you.
Oh, send it to my messenger.
Okay. So
my Facebook messenger.
The picture that I sent to Mr. Hoax is something. Okay, let me send this to you real quick. We went for a convention, and at that convention, there were over 500 Africans in the hall. Over 500 Africans in the hall.
Yeah.
Look, we have fun. At the same time, we conducted business. It was very practical. It was very informative. There were a lot of things that, a lot of enjoyment that we had at that place. So sometimes when you have the atmosphere of like minds being together, you put away too much seriousness and have fun. So we combine fun with informative session. So this is me in the background. My first convention, I went there. I thought maybe if I go there, it's going to be casual. You'll be seeing all of that. But Mr. Host, there were a lot of stories that were told.
Oh, yes.
A lot of good stories that were told that people did not know about. And this platform, this particular thing here, look, if you want to know, Africans are brain people, intelligent people, smart people. You will see it on this platform. There are a lot of doctors, and I'm not talking about PhD holders only, but medical doctors, engineers, licensed practical nurses, nurse practitioners. They are all there, and they quit their jobs. Imagine a doctor quitting his job to focus on this. So, Mr. Host, people that they both back. Tonight, Mr. Host, we are going to give the audience the opportunity to give them these books to read. If the thing is scam, read these books. One, there is a power of zero. Let me talk about power of zero a little bit, right? We've heard the word, we've always heard this phrase that the rich gets richer and the poor get poorer, right? And we also hear that, the rich people are not paying taxes, but only the middle class paying taxes. That is how the system was built. The system was built for those who have the wisdom, the financial education, to pay less tax, but those who do not have the financial education to be that person to pay for the people who are not paying taxes. And so the power of zero will tell you that. Retirement miracle is another good one that will tell you that with retirement, when Social Security came around at that time, they were making the payout of 3 to 1. But these days, the Social Security is like pay as you go now. When we have when we get paid and they take out, when you look at your pay stub, it'll tell you Social Security. The Social Security is supposed to be life savings, but the government owes about 17 trillion. How can they keep up with that to say they have money in the cover? They don't have money. They do not have money. This book they call Miracle Retirement will let you know. I don't think I have it there, but I will send it. But tonight we can give the audience these books to read.
Yeah.
So
I'll like one of these books.
It informs you about how you need to find a plan B for retirement. Look, your retirement, if you outlive, say for example, you retire at 65, but you live up to like 81, 82, like our President Joe Biden now. In about 5-6 years, you'll be running out of retirement money, depending on when you got there, when you got to that workforce and how much you earn. You'll be running out of it. So at the end of the day, if you look at Walmart, you can see some old folks, right, greeting people and all of that, right? It's because they cannot afford to stay in retirement. So they have to come back in the workforce to earn. Now you may have pay off your house, but you got to pay your electricity bill. You got to pay property taxes. You got to pay all these things. If the retirement cannot cater to that, and that's the only source of income you have, my brother, you're going to have to get back in the workforce and continue to feed yourself till you die.
That's right.
So it's important to have this kind of backup, because this account, what it does, Mr. Host, when you reach 65 and you decide, I don't want to pay money anymore, they start to pay you back. So now you have Social Security benefit that is coming to you, but this account is customized in a way that it is not considered earned income. Because if you are a retiree and getting like Social Security benefit and you are earning money, they may stop the payment till you retire before you can get the payment. But with this, they fix it in a way that they're paying you back your premium, and then once all the money you have paid have been exhausted, then they switch it to what they call a wash loan.
Wow.
They do that so that you don't get taxed for that, and you don't get in trouble for maybe lessening your Social Security benefit or taking your Social Security benefit away from you in the name of Uncle Sam saying it is an earned income.
Who came out with the Index Universal Life Insurance?
I think this is the marking family, and this been around since 1904. This is not something been around.
Are you kidding me? Since 1904?
1904. So
but they don't teach there in school.
Because they want for everybody to retire poor.
Wow.
So you should understand. So they want for everybody to. That's why they take the whole money aspect out of the curriculums, because money had not been taught in school. They've been taught out of schools. So this been around long time. 1904.
And up to now, a lot of people, billions of people don't even say they are unaware of this.
Know about it. I went to my bank one time when I was closing a couple of accounts down.
Yeah.
And I went to the bank, I asked them, do you guys offer the account that is called the 7702? The guy at the counter looked at me for long. He called his manager. So he said, he asked for something that I don't heard about. So then the manager know about it very well. So he asked me, what do you need it for? So I said, I just want to know, do you guys offer the 7702 account? He said, where'd you get it from? I said, I'm a licensed financial professional. No, he said to me?
No.
And the moment you spoke of this, I know you're a wise person to make a good decision.
Damn it.
Miracle. Just that day, I closed copies of my saving account down, transferred the money into annuity, take my 401k when I was quitting my job, transfer that money into annuity. Typical example, right? When Burger King died, let's be honest. I sent you a slide about the bank. If you can put that up, please. Let's put that up.
You said when Burger King died.
Burger King died. Jesse Penny died.
Yeah.
The bank, sometimes we think that we're so wise, but we are not.
All right, so let me know.
The white page.
The white page?
I got the bank asset.
Not this one, right?
Let me see which one it's about.
Can you see it? Oh, okay, let me add it to.
Okay, that's that one. See what it says over there?
Mr. Host, please blow it up.
Yeah, if you can make it a little bit bigger.
All right, sure.
What it is fake.
No, it's not.
You see what it says? What a bank life insurance asset.
Yeah. Can you guys see it now?
It said Bank of America, 19 billion, the guy in the asset. So when the bank die, the bank don't get a policy to die. They get a policy to accumulate more money. So if we take our money, we put it in the policy, in the bank take the money and put it in this asset to accumulate compound interest.
Yeah. So the bank is basically using our money to make more money.
Mr. Host,
yeah,
the bank doesn't trust itself.
It didn't trust itself. That's why they don't keep their own money.
That is why the bank is having another security blanket.
And,
when you have a business,
and that blanket is the 770.
The 7702, this Index Universal Life, these are all what the banks use. So if you blow it up, you will see few of the banks with a lot of money in their portfolios. Few of the banks with a lot of money in their portfolio. They are insuring themselves because they don't even trust themselves. They can go down anytime because of bad decision or business decision. So what is it? It said, make hay while the sun shines. So they are making hay while the sun is shining. So tomorrow, if they get themselves in a bad situation, they go right in there and loan themselves some money and pay back. And that's what the bank is using. So the bank used the middle class, the government used the middle class to pay all the taxes, and the rich and the informed are using these accounts to their advantage. So it's a very interesting thing.
And let me read this here to the public. Let's start with Bank of America. 19 trillion, 607 billion. Yeah. So 19 trillion, 607 billion, right? Or million.
19 billion.
Yeah. Not 19 billion, 607 million. Okay, yeah. So Wells Fargo, 17 billion, 739 million.
Yep.
JP Morgan Chase, 10,327 million. US Bank, 5,451 million and 892,000.
Who money is that?
So these are the money that they're accumulating based on the money of the customer investing.
Yeah. So Mr. Host, that money you call, is their net worth in life insurance.
In life insurance.
And they have multiple accounts. Yeah. You can have multiple accounts. So one thing I would like to pivot to, Mr. Host, is the advantage that comes with owning a business and using this to your advantage.
That's right.
Right? So this IUL got what they call the key person protection. If you have your business as a CEO of current situation, and you are making money from it, the company can insure you on behalf of the company, and the company becomes the beneficiary. You heard about Rockefeller, right?
Yeah.
That is what Rockefeller did. Rockefeller bought life insurance for all of his children, all of his family members.
Yep.
And that money, what he did for his group of companies, because he was an oil tycoon, he put insurance on every family member, and that money was going back into the pot and reinvesting.
That's right.
Wow. They put in there, it builds up after a certain time, they borrow from there, and they open another company. So that's why Rockefeller became so powerful back then, because they took advantage of this account. They use it to their advantage. And sometimes we say money people always have money. They came from somewhere. If you today, you can turn this thing around and say, okay, I'm going to invest my $50,000 again in my bank account, and let me see the rate of return 10 years from now. That money you put there where you are thinking, oh, it's too much, I can't afford it. 10 years from now, it will come handy, and then you'll be smiling and saying, wow, I made the best decision. I wish I knew this long ago to do this. If I knew this long ago, my brother, my house I wouldn't have bought my house by loan. I wouldn't have bought my house by loan. If I had this account 20 years ago, I wouldn't have bought my house by loan. I would have borrowed from myself to buy my house and pay back myself. But it is not late. We, instead of us doing our research, we always like to paint it on scam or fake and all of that, until it becomes the shoe. You put your foot in that shoe and start burning it, and you say, oh, I don't know. So my thing I always say, our community, we are large in this community. Go and do your research. If you need to ask questions, you can call myself, call Pastor AB. We'll answer your questions on this. What we do is, when we meet you, we give you that financial analysis. We help you get to where you may feel comfortable to say, let me start from here. The first thing that people approve you first, because not everybody that apply for this can get it.
Yes.
Probably the denial rate is very high. America is so unhealthy. Sometimes when your weight is more than your if your fat is calculated, we have what they call a BMI to calculate the body mass index. And so based on your age, your height, and the weight, the company can also deny you. So for example, I am 6'10". I mean 5'10". If I weigh more than 170 pounds, I'm getting to that state of overweight. And guess what? The insurance company consider that as a risk when you're overweight. Because what happens when you are overweight, when you are obese? There is likelihood you have heart attack. There's likelihood you have high blood pressure. There's likelihood you have stroke. There's likelihood you have brain aneurysm. So all of these are attached to this whole thing here. So when the underwriting doing these things, they observe all of these things. This man is 40 years and he's 5'10". Why is he weighing 200 pounds? He's unhealthy. So right away, that's a red flag for them. They will definitely deny you. So we as we age too, we have to consider ourselves and make sure you are in the right weight, the right body.
So is it possible that you can be denied by all the, you see, you work with 103 companies, right?
120.
120. Is it possible? And I want you guys to be honest to the audience, right? Is it possible you can be denied by all the 120 companies if you apply for the universal or the index universal life insurance?
I don't think so, because I have couples of clients that I have, they were denied from Trans-America, and then we take them to Pacific Life qualified them, and now they got that policy. So all depends, all depends. And these are things that we got to really sit down to think about. Let's be honest, right? Your cell phone got insurance. Your car got insurance.
Yeah. Then why you don't want to put insurance on your life?
Some furnitures in homes got insurance. But for example, the life that are working hard to support these things is vulnerable. Wow. If something happens tomorrow, who can you run to? Who can help you tomorrow?
So and that's a key point. So if we can put life insurance on non-living object like cell phone, house, TV, computer, we protecting it. Then what about our life where we breathe in and breathe out? And when our life stop, it stop. And if we don't have a benefit to cater to our children and stuff, it just brings financial, the family are already going through that emotional stress, pain. Then they're going through financial stress because they don't have money. Then they have to go for me. They had to call Philomena Glenn to be calling all the librarians.
Exactly.
But gentlemen, we have 15 more minutes. Very interesting conversation. I will try my best to be bringing you guys on to us once a week. But let me ask this other question here, because if we continue, we're going to spend 5 hours, and I have a project that I'm starting within 20 minutes again. So, but let me squeeze this question in here. How do you guys get paid?
That's a good one. That's a good
one. The senior man here, the man getting all the awards, he will lay out for you.
because I'm about to put on the screen Pastor Abraham Award, and you see, you guys are right. Some people think. Let me just break it down to Africans, mostly Liberians. Liberian men do not really take in the information sent to them by another Liberian. They will say it's too good to be true, and it's this scam. And then they start, thinking about all kinds of stuff. And when the person is telling them, "This is what I'm making, this is where my life is changing," they're like, I still don't believe it. We are too gullible to fake news, but then when it comes to reality now, we are not gullible to that. You see. So how do you guys get paid? Let's start with Pastor Abraham. I'm going to start putting his awards up.
Thank you, Jilly. We get paid from these companies, right? Typical example. Sometimes we used to see Nationwide on your side, all those commercials, right? Stay fine, all those things. Those companies pay those commercials company almost, let's say, $500,000 to $1 million to do those commercials.
Wow. So
the kind of thought it was that what the SF are paying those huge amount of money for those commercials for 15 minutes, 10 minutes, and things. What the SF are doing that, so we can pay individuals that can bring people walking around with license. So I myself we take pay 2 times a week. We take pay Tuesdays. We take pay also Friday. So 2 times a week. You said something that I thought of that when I first intercepted these informations. I never believe it, because how can somebody make $15,000 a month? I didn't take it to be truth. I was so blessed by Sis Mata, who contacted Mother Rita, and she was having like a little forum to Life Chapel, and I was invited there. So I went there, I sat down, I listened to the informations. It was very informative. And I said, what? I've been in America all this year. I have never heard about such things. How can this be? So I invited Moba, I bless God, because he was the only Liberian 2 years ago in this organization. He was a registered nurse, put his degree aside that he went to school for, that he was making close to 100,000, but now he make almost $200,000 to $300,000 a year. Wow. Put that degree aside, and he came to my house. We sat down and he prospered to me. He talked about it. I doubt a little bit because, when you're in the pastoral field, sometimes when you try to put your hand into something, people will say, oh, yeah, you pastor, all kind of things. So he took me to that convention, Atlanta, Georgia, last year, October 18. And man, I saw people in my caravans, people in my same crowd, owning apartment complex, having or estate university in their country. And I said, what? Is that the truth? People making over $50,000 a month. I said, that's not truth. But I said, Pastor Ebi, I won't lie to you. This thing is true. When we came back, I was able to get my license. I doubt that in November I do nothing. January or December, I start talking to couples of family, start putting in policy. January, honestly speaking, my first paycheck was $15,000. $15,000 January. No doubt. That's one thing I love about the organization. They don't hide anything. When you're in the chat room, you see everything.
February. I'm looking at an award here. It say over $10,000.
That's February. That's a February.
So this is old.
Yeah, last month on there. So this is nothing to say this is fake, because trust me, if the insurance pool can pay $500,000 to do commercial,
then at 10,000 they can pay.
So then imagine they can use that 500,000 to pay over 100 people.
Wow.
So my prayer that we Liberians rather, we will really, really get this understanding to run with the thing, because trust me, the Ghanaians, the Nigerians, the Cameroonians, they people becoming a billionaire in and twinkling of an eye. But Brother Alfred was talking about Dr. Martin Foreman, the guy who brought it to the African community. The guy make $500,000 a year. He was a medical doctor, renowned. He used to make peacemaker. That's him. He made over $4 million a year.
This guy?
Yes. He was one of the biggest doctors in America. He used to make peacemaker for heart. So somebody introduced him to it to protect his family. So he went and protected his family. And the person said that since you already protected your family, get policy for your family, why not you educate your community? That's how he brought it to couples of people in the community. The news starts spreading around. He got to leave his doctorate job. Quit his doctorate. Somebody with degree.
Yeah.
Leave his doctorate job. And
somebody that went to school for that long.
Yeah.
So Jerry, Pastor Ibrahim,
go ahead, sir.
You are cutting the man's salary short.
Sorry.
This man Jerry, like Pastor Ibrahim has said, when he first went there, he was earning $500,000 working for people. He said his years of challenges were not easy. They decided to quit to focus on it. The first year, the first paycheck was $25,000. Year passed by, 2 years passed by. They made $400,000.
Oh wow!
And then it dropped again to $150,000. He said his wife went to the church to pray for him for them to discontinue this and go back to working, because how can they be earning $500,000 and then all of a sudden they are making $150,000?
So they were earning from that working job $500,000 a year.
Yeah. And then when he got in the business, it dropped significantly.
Yes.
So the wife was so frustrated that she went for the church to pray for him to wake up from his mindset of thinking he would be rich.
Yeah.
Mind you, today he makes $6 million a year.
Now.
Wow.
So that is, when you do your math in a year, it means he makes about $500,000 a month.
A month.
Yeah. Now, the person that was in this long ago making $9 million now. There are people in the company. One of our great mentors make about $120,000 a month.
A month.
So to answer your question, it's about recruiting. Every organization, you have to have a company, you have to recruit for employees, right?
Yes.
It's the same way. You earn money 2 times. Number 1, you write up policies and earn money. Number 2, you recruit, the people get their licenses, they write policy, you get part of that. So you can make double whammy, double earnings just by having your own team. And the beauty of this is If I today register and I'm able to manage to bring 10, 15, 20, 200 people, the more people I bring, the more money goes in my pocket. We have about 1.4 million Africans in America. We are probably maybe 100,000 yet in this industry. So just imagine how many people are left to be informed about these things. Every single day, we do make appointments with people trying to educate them. And guess what? They either don't answer us or they tell, oh, man, I'm not interested. But we are not going to stop there.
No.
We're not going to stop there. Those who have ears will listen.
Yes.
Those who have ears and decide to put earplugs there so they can hear it, that's up to them. At least we told them everything we need to tell them.
Yeah.
Once upon a time, we were all like you.
You are right. In life, you sometimes you get rejected. Jesus Christ said God rejected. You know.
Exactly.
One thing I understand, right? Do you think everybody gonna be wealthy? No. Well, if everybody be wealthy, who's gonna work for the wealthy people?
Exactly.
Yeah.
so it's not everybody. Sometimes information will come. You will reject it. Does not mean maybe it's not your era because you don't want to be wealthy.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, it's 10:54, but I want to tell the audience this. We could go on for hours and hours. These two gentlemen here, they are very knowledgeable. You know, I'm waking up now. You know, Pastor AB, you know, been telling me, and now, he reached out to me and my wife, and she's getting active, and I'm really happy for her. You know, as a promoter, I'm going to take advantage over this. Alfred, don't get me wrong. I know I'm busy doing all the stuff, but I'm looking for money. So this is going to give me money too, you know. And Pastor AB, thank you very much for continuing to spread the news. This is called good news. We got gospel news too. Gospel news is a good news too, you know, but we are spreading financial news. Am I correct, guys?
Sure.
Of course.
Yeah. We are spreading financial news. And just like how Jesus and his disciples spread the gospel back in the day, and some people say, "Get out of here, man." We don't want to listen. They castigate them, they shame them. Some people listen to them, and they were saved. So this is what's going on here, right?
Yep, absolutely.
This is the financial good news going on. Not everybody will accept it. You know, yeah. Trust me, Pastor Abby told me about this. He said, "JD, you know, don't waste time. Think over it." I'll run into Winston. He said, "JD, get on this. I'm gonna get on the boat. Don't get me wrong. I like to talk. I talk for a living. I'm gonna get on the boat, and I'm still learning. I will call Alfred if I have question. Contact Pastor AB if I have question, and call other people. You know, and learn also from Linda. You know, so I think this will materialize in a Liberian community. You know. Sometimes the wise taking information very fast, you know. People who don't care, they say, you know what, I'm not ready. So so it's like, you know, certain things you don't want to learn. You just don't want to learn. Say, you know what, this is not me, and you don't be battled. But when life hits you hard, or maybe, you know, doing some kind of presentation, you realize that, you know, if I knew, and you can stay hop on this. Because if this been around since 1904, we in 2025, you know, 75% of the world population don't even still know about this. So there's an opportunity, not only in the Liberian community, in the African community, in the American community. And as long as you know how to do your presentation, if you can't, contact these guys, and you know, these guys that have knowledge on this. So thank you, gentlemen. I will let you guys do your closing statement. I'll give each person 3 minutes, or if you want to extend to 5, go ahead and open. Let's start with Alfred, saying he was the first to come up.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Host. Thank you. I know this your platform. You've used it for a lot of things. I know a lot of people will see this information. I want to tell you guys, I was once upon a time like you, thinking it was a scam, skeptical about it, thinking that how can I make all this payment? What do I do now? How do I take care of my family if I'm going to push this to be on my financial burden, right? But the bigger picture here is the benefit for tomorrow. You are saving a water in a barrel, so tomorrow when the creeks are dry, you have water. So you got to understand that in order to protect yourself, it's not cheap. If you are going to take a car insurance, which is mandatory anyways for you to drive on these public roads, then take this as a to-do list, a bucket list to yourself. Do yourself a favor. do yourself a favor and lock in your protection for tomorrow. We are tired of let us say we are tired of this vicious cycle where I come and work, my kids grow up, they do the get in the workforce and work, and there is no security blanket for us. So if you are interested in this, contact us. We will answer your questions. Like I said, if you leave your number, we'll definitely send you these books for you to read and get yourself informed about it. And then we'll help you make a decision. By the end of the day, don't wait tomorrow and say, had I known. I wish I knew this long ago. I would have, taken it and educated people long ago. But it is not too late. God's time is the best. And when God says today is the day that you will be doing what you need to do to get yourself to where you need to go, that's the day you will start. So get yourself familiar with this thing. If you want to join a team, we have a platform. We have a very great support system that will teach you, will guide you along the way. We will help you in any ways. Anytime you call, we'll be able to avail ourselves to you. By the end of the day, we want to make sure the community is informed about this. We want to make sure the communities do away with these little GoFundMe so that they can have something for tomorrow. If anything happens, they can, instead of going to GoFundMe, they can go to their bank account and take money from there. Their bank, not bank account, but to their personal bank and take money from there to take care of themselves. I appreciate you once more, Winston, and thanks to the audience for watching. Those that were engaging us, we appreciate you. We'll be reaching out to some of you to talk more that were engaging us. Thank you.
All right, so let's hear from Pastor AB, a closing statement. And folks, these guys will be back soon. Yeah, I love this. This is what, even if it costs 2 person to watch, but that 2 person will go out and say, yeah, I learned something from this platform, and I think I said we live streaming from 3 platforms tonight. Pastor AB, fire up.
Thank you. Thank you, current situation. Thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to spread this great information to our community, people, family. We should not pay for ignorance. We should not pay for ignorance. Please. Obama once said, if you think education is very expensive, wait and know the cost of ignorance. Because the penalty of ignorance is dangerous. If you don't even want to get a lesson to be an agent, please protect yourself and your family. Please protect yourself and your family. You will benefit from it tomorrow. It will be a blessing to your generations. If you think ignorance or if you think education is very expensive, wait and see the cost of ignorance. We should not pay the penalties of ignorance. Please, let's protect ourselves, because sickness is not about how, it's about when. Please, let's try our best. We are working tirelessly in this country. Some are retiring today, but they have nothing to depend on. And when you retire with nothing, you rather go in the basements of somebody to live there, or they will push you into nursing home. So let us be wise. Let us run around wise, and let us protect our family. Thank you, J.Lee. Brother Alfred, I want to say thank you too for at least getting on. So let's do this, waiting for that time. And also, not forgetting, please, before I let everyone go, we're having a seminar this weekend. And Dr. V will be here. Dr. V. She's one of the millionaires in the hierarchy. She will be here. She's just 3 years into this, but she's making almost 3 to 4 millions now. So she will be here to speak to our people. So we're bringing her very special. It will be at City of Mercy Church. And we'll start by 9 o'clock Saturday morning. 9 o'clock. So please, current situation, if you have nothing to do, please be there to broadcast. We will talk behind the scene. And please, if you want to get more details and information, please come this Saturday at City of Mercy Church for us to get more information, for us to ask good questions, for us to clear some doubts. So this coming Saturday, let us be at City of Mercy Church by 9 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, please send me the flyer. Let me post it. I will be there. But let's end this with this. And I really enjoy you guys tonight also using those quotation, those powerful quotes, inspiring quotes. So let me read this quote here. And this quote here is by Plato. Some of you guys, those who don't know Plato here, he's a Greek scientist. Yeah. He was a Greek scientist. Plato said, it is better to be unborn than untaught. For ignorance is the root of all misfortune.
Wow. That's
powerful. So rather you stay unborn than to be on top. Because as long as you are born, you have to learn.
You have to learn.
It's a matter of much you have to learn. You know? Yeah. Because an empty mind, I don't care if you got money, but if the mind is empty, people can take your own money
you broke
and use it and just walk all over you just because you are on top. And that's why you see most of these people that have money, but they are not educated or they don't know what they're doing. You know, they have that accounting secretary, this person, or that son and daughter managing that money because they don't know what to do. You know, maybe they earn that money by, you know, playing the lottery or doing something. Well, but let me read this statement again. Better to be unborn than on top, for ignorance is the root of all misfortune. Well, there you go. That's it. Financial opportunity. And these guys not going to physically force you to sign up. No, they're not going to physically force you to be part of it. They are just disseminating the information because why they are enjoying the success. Hey, gentlemen, thank you very much, Alfred. Thank you, Pastor AB. I love it. It touched my heart today. It opened my mind. You know, I'm going to start going on a fast pace. Because today, my wife texted me. She said, "Oh, when are you going to sign up? You know, hurry up. It's getting late." I said, "Wow." She said, "Stop procrastinating, AJ." No, she said Vinton. I'm surprised that she called me Vinton. But gentlemen, thank you very much, guys. Yeah. I really appreciate that. This was very informative, so good. You know, when you learn something that you are unaware, you feel so happy. It makes you want to take action right away.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you. Everybody have a good night, everybody.
All right. Yeah. Before we leave, Pastor Amy, please pray for us. Let's conclude this in
Father, we thank you. We bless you. To you, the only wise God, be all glory, dominion, and power. We commit our community into your hands. Take us through this year and more years to come safely. Father, we come against every death again that the enemy is planning. Lord, we come against it by the precious blood. We cover every children in your blood. Every homes, we seal them in the blood. We declared, oh God, that our minds will be open, that ignorance, oh God, will not take away from your glory. We pray, Lord, as we lay down to sleep tonight, your word declares our sleep shall be sweet and wake us up with sound mind tomorrow in good health. We thank you. We bless you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Gentlemen,
all right.
And thank you, everyone. Salutation to your family, and we will see you on Saturday. I will be there.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was it here. What was very informative segment. Like I said, it's current situation. This is what we do. You know, we do this for free. We provide information. This type of information here. You know, if you go other places, you will pay for it. You know, it will be called a consultation. It will be called a particular seminar where you have to pay money. You know, to listen to this type of information, but you're getting it free of charge. Don't forget to follow us always. Every time you see that light or that alarm or that notification say he's live, you know, I'm always live providing something. If I'm not entertaining, informing, or interacting, that's why the network is considered triple constraint network, meaning that we operate within the scope of disseminating information, reporting, interacting, entertaining. Triple constraint, we are versatile. All right? So, folks, thank you very much here. Pastor Abraham Tarpeh, you the man, you the best. Alfred, you the man, you the best. Thank you, guys. Big shout out to Dr. Marie Wilson. She was unable to come on tonight. Shout out to my man, Winston Gweah. He was unable to come on, but we will have those people back here soon. Remember, we do business Mondays every Monday. Free promotion. This network, we have been committed to the community. Yes, we get paid, you know, for sometimes advertisement, graphics, but we also sacrifice. We go the extra mile. So if you want to, you know, promote your event, let us know. If you can see at the bottom of our screen, we have these strolling promotion going. So tomorrow is Ladies' Night Hot topics. We are coming with a brand new episode. We removed the relationship word from it. So now it's called Ladies Night Hot Topics. We've been off the air for, I would say, almost 2 months. Our last episode was in January, but we used to be called Ladies Night Hot Relationship Topic. So we removed the phrase relationship, and now it's called Ladies Night Hot Topic, meaning that we are open to other discussion, women empowerment, women business leaders. We open to politics. If you want to, those are hosting now. If you want to talk about politics, that's fine. We open to new ventures, social training topics, celebrity gossips, celebrity, discussions. So now we remove relationship. We don't want to just talk about relationship every Wednesday. No, it's open now. And if you want to host, let us know. We pay you to host. I repeat, you will be paid to host on Wednesday. Yeah. But we give opportunity to our panelists first. All right. You will be compensated to host for 2 hours. So tomorrow we have a brand new, well, not a brand new host, but she left us for a little bit, but she's back. My homegirl, my little sister, Princess Diamond, aka Princess the Boss. She's going to be hosting tomorrow. You guys don't want to miss it. I don't want to read the topics right now. You know what I mean? But it's juicy. 3 hot topics. She's going to be opining for 2 hours. Don't miss it. It's going to be very interesting. I will just be sharing. Will I come as a co-host? I don't know. But I will be watching because it's going to be very interesting. And to the females out there, it's Ladies Night. If you want to host any topic, as long as that topic is not, too personal or gossip thing about somebody's personal business, no. You know what I mean? As long as that topic is not creating, that gossip. Our network is not a gossip. When we say celebrity gossip, meaning that we're talking about celebrities are trending. We're not talking about, individuals' business reporting out there. No. Celebrity business already out there because they are celebrities. So we mean celebrity gossip is just celebrity discussions. All right. So I just want to make this clear, but let us know. You host an episode, you get paid. Yeah. It's current situation. We are growing. So it's time to also thank our host panelists then for taking time off their business schedule to come and host. So tomorrow, don't miss out. Let me put before I leave here, let me just put a flyer out tomorrow quick here that and show you the individual that will be hosting. And it's going to be very, very interesting. Can you guys make the screen a little bigger so we can do our own digging? Oh, all right. So tomorrow, let me tell you who will be hosting Ladies Night tomorrow. Is going to be very, 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 very interesting. You guys don't want to miss this. Wednesday, we are back. We are back in full swing. So tomorrow, let's see here. Let's go ahead and share this here with you guys very quick here before we end our segment tonight. So let's see here. All right, what we got here? All right, there you go. So let's blow this out here. So yeah, so tomorrow we have our beautiful host. She's one of our panelists. She took a break, but she's back. Ladies Night Hot Topics every Wednesday at 10 p.m. Central Time. So tomorrow host, Wednesday, April 2nd, 2025, hosted by Princess Boss. Let's read her topic here. So Princess is going to be talking about, and Princess is going to be on air for 2 hours. She's going to be talking about, fellows, if you get a little pregnant and you don't want, fellows, if you get a little pregnant and you don't want the child, and give her a legit reason as to why you wasn't ready for a child now, but she keeps it. Who is responsible to take off the responsibility? All right. Take up the responsibility. Number two, why do women want a real man but have thick hair weaves, do makeups, have thick nails, eyelashes, lipstick, injection, nose job, boob jobs, and BBLs, and also some with low paying jobs? All right, that's a hard one right there. The next one is, would you travel within your country on a date with a person you want to talk with on the phone? And have you been catfish in doing so? Wow. Three hot topics. Ladies' night. Don't miss us tomorrow. Hosted by Princess Boss. The boss lady will be in town. And I know everybody tuning in tomorrow. It's going to be hot. But thank you guys here. Every good thing will come to an end. Thank you for following current situation. And let me make some announcement here. So just to let you guys know that this weekend, Tafari, the number one new hotspot is open. We'll be opening for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you also read the strolling information at the bottom of our screen on the menu bar, and it says that the Putu Association Iowa chapter will be having an inaugural ball this weekend, Saturday at the Lions Hall in Johnston. So the flyer is on my page here. So Des Moines is always busy. The summer is around the corner, and it's going to be crazy, busy. But we will be sunny. A lot of people up here for the insurance. Sign you on for the insurance. Get insured. Don't forget Index Universal Life Insurance. Google it. Do your research. I repeat, Index Universal Life Insurance. Boy, I didn't know about that. I'm going to hop on that. Even when I don't get approved by another company, those guys are going to help me get approved. So yes, so we learned a lot of new things tonight. Thank you very much for making Current Situation your number one authentic news media outlet. This summer we're going to be busy. We're also going to be traveling, sharing our business cards. It's Lord, we blessed to be alive. And, so this summer also we ready to travel, with God protection. Thank you to Pastor Abraham Tarpeh, well knowledgeable God. Been knowing him for a very long time, over 20 years. Thank you to Alfred. Been knowing him over 15 years. Thank you to our viewers. You guys make us number one. You guys are the best. All right. Even if you tune in late, watch the entire segment. But we will see you tomorrow. Ladies' night, hot topics featuring Princess the Boss. Good night. Let not your hearts be troubled. Always continue to display a good smile, bright smile. People you encounter or people you interact with on a daily basis. Smile more often. You see, bright smile. The more you smile, you stay young. You frown, you age faster. So we don't want to age. No, we want to continue to be young, handsome, energetic, and well informed. It is better to be unborn than untaught. For ignorance is the root of all misfortune. Good night. Bonne nuit à tout à l'heure.